Oh, am I going here? Am I going? Welcome to Cook and the Maiden, episode number 4. This podcast is absolutely ridiculous with myself, Benjamin Moore, and my wonderful wife, Leah Moore. We're sipping bourbon and talking absolute bullshit. So we hope that you enjoy it. Is that it? I don't know how to get back to the goddamn beginning of this.
Sounds like your problem.
Well, there's supposed to be a fucking button that I press that gets me back to the 0 mark at the beginning of the recording, and I don't know how to fucking do that.
Sounds like you need to try harder.
Fuck you, woman. Mind your goddamn business.
I mean, this is kind of my business now.
Oh, wait a minute. What's this? Oh, haha. There's a slider bar down here. Does that work?
Wow. Proud of you.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing with computers, okay?
You've been doing this with the same program.
I think my volume's still
so
too high.
long.
Yeah, but every time I come onto it, I will leave the settings the same. It'll sound great, and then I'll come back and use the exact same settings, and everything's completely different.
Because things in the room change, people's voices change, air pressure, the setting. Like
Jesus Christ, air pressure? Air pressure? Really?
I was going to say the,
really?
The fullness of the moon.
Yeah. You're still really quiet, by the way.
I don't know why.
Maybe you should talk into your microphone.
I am talking into my goddamn...
Yeah, you sound good now. You didn't sound good.
Am I talking into my microphone?
Well, when you decide to adjust yourself and jump back 8 inches, the mic can't pick you up.
My butt was falling asleep.
These are cheap Amazon microphones, okay? This isn't the Joe Rogan experience here.
Well, maybe it should be. Get it together.
Well, then maybe you should be better so we can get followers. And
Sorry,
then
somebody has to take care of our house.
And then I can get I can get that Joe Rogan money. So
I don't just work and come home.
Bill Burr does this on a Olympus something or another. It's just a little tape recorder, and he just talks into it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's like $80. And so I think I'm just gonna get that and just cut you out of this podcast entirely. And I'm just gonna do podcasts from my semi.
Then maybe you shouldn't ask me to do this.
It's gonna be called Trucker Podcast from a Semi. I didn't ask you to do this. You wanted to do this. I was in here trying to record my brand new podcast, Surly and Cynical, and you just showed up like, do you want to do a podcast? And I was like, sure. I'm only trying to edit and do like this pro shit.
Edit and do this pro shit, but you can't figure out how to get back to the beginning.
I'm learning. I'm a fucking Jedi apprentice, okay? You're not even a Padawan yet. You're like just an outsider. You're like a droid. You're just annoying.
Roger.
Yeah, exactly. You just say stuff.
I do say stuff because I'm a person, and that's what people do. Sorry that I have thoughts and opinions.
Do people even know what they're even listening to right now?
Do
people even know what they're even listening to right now? Is this a Surly and Cynical podcast, or is this going to be a Cook and the Maiden podcast?
This probably isn't a Surly and Cynical podcast because I am present.
Yeah, but
Maiden.
But I mean, nobody likes the Cook and the Maiden podcast, probably because you're here.
Probably. Do you want me to leave? I can leave. I'll go crochet a damn blanket.
That's taken you 9 months?
I've actually only been working on it for like a month.
9 months?
A month.
9 months?
A month.
Plus 8?
Plus 8. Just a 1 month.
A 1 month plus 8 additional months.
You know what, though? I have accomplished more in my 1 month of blanket making than you've accomplished with anything.
Well, that closet is filled with a bunch of shit you haven't accomplished.
It's a true story.
Bunch of half-assed, I don't even know what it is. We got like ribbons.
No, those are just extra crafty supplies.
No, I'm talking about you literally crocheted a belt. And I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but it's like 2.5 inches by like 3 feet long.
I was probably just testing my gauge for something.
For a while? For like 4 hours that it would take to crochet all that?
I don't have a belt in there.
If I wasn't hooked up to all this shit, I would get up and show it to you. But there's a bunch of half-ass shit that I'm trying to... And it's still got like needles in it. And then you're like, I don't know where my needles are. And I'm like, they're probably in that other 9 fucking projects you started.
Any crafter knows. Any crafter. Anybody who knits or crochets or does stuff knows that you have at least 17 to like 52 half-finished projects. And then you ever really only finish like 2 of them.
No, see, that's horseshit.
No.
Any real crafter knows you finish what the fuck you're making.
No, not like a knitter or crocheter.
Okay, well, people that are worth something... and they're not entirely useless, finish what they're doing. Because if you don't finish it, then it's useless.
Mister, I'm going to start a new hobby every 2 weeks and never actually do anything with it, but buy all the supplies to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I finish what I'm doing.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Is that the baby monitor?
It is the baby monitor. Child is flopping around like a fish.
I have finished 99% of the projects I've started.
Which has been like 3.
You just said I started like 23 hobbies.
I didn't say 23. I didn't say a specific
Whatever you
number.
said. You said I start a bunch of hobbies, and then I buy all the supplies for them. Then you're like, well, it's only been 3. Well, then that's not that much. I'm right again. Always right again.
Sorry, somebody
Quit
has
creating-
to pay. Someone has to pay attention to our kid.
You're creating dead space in my podcast.
Yeah, well, somebody has to pay attention to our kid because it's not going to be you.
This is a called I'm Getting Divorced podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you sipping on?
Woodford Reserve Kentucky
Oh.
Straight Bourbon
Ooh,
Whiskey.
and it's delicious. It's so good.
That's pretty good.
It's fucking good. Yeah, more dead space because
We were both taking sips of
we
our
were both
beverages.
Yep. We need to alternate sips so there's not dead space.
Yeah, I'm going to sip when I want. You're going to sip when you want.
So how about you get funny real quick so when I take a sip,
I'm not funny.
you can entertain. I mean, you're hilarious. I mean, you don't intend to be, but you are.
Thanks, I appreciate it. That was actually that was like the nicest thing I think you've ever said to me.
What, that you don't intend to be funny, but you're hilarious?
Yeah.
I thought that was insulting.
No. That was like the
Oh.
nicest thing you've said.
Oh, so all I have to do to make my wife happy is insult her.
It was a really
that
bad
is
insult.
noted. That is noted.
You
So
insult me all the
all
time.
the cute little notes I leave you, all the nice romantic
You haven't left me a
husband
cute
stuff
note in forever.
I leave you. That's
I think the last note you left me was like Cullen's birthday, and it's still taped to the door
I've left you like
in like March.
at least 2 notes since then.
No, since March.
I've left you 2 notes since then.
March.
I left one on the kitchen
So 6
cabinet.
months.
I don't remember exactly what they said, but I left one on the kitchen cabinet. And
Oh, was
one on
that
the mirror.
weird one? Sit at the one that you said something about sitting on your face that we left up for far too long, and then I had to put it away because my parents came over. So now it's taped to the inside of our cabinet.
Look, I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. All right?
I'm okay with
I'm
that.
trying to be romantic here.
It worked. It's very.
It's 2019, all right? Flowers are out the door. It's all about face sitting now.
I don't like flowers anyway.
Yeah, see, exactly. So I'm trying to cater to your interests.
Snacks.
Snacks. I will fill my face with Doritos.
Snacks. No, I gotta fill my face with Doritos.
Yeah, but then you come in.
Eat the Doritos off your face. With
Yeah,
my
it's romantic.
vagina?
Yeah, not with your vagina,
Oh.
with your face.
Oh.
No.
Oh, I
God,
can just-
Doritos in your vagina, that'd probably hurt.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be incredibly painful.
Well, you said sit on your face, and then you said fill your face with Doritos. So in my head,
I
my
have no
vagina
idea where I
just
was going with this.
Yeah, my vagina just grew teeth and was eating Doritos off your face.
That's all I'm going to be able to think about now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm just going to be like that chick from Alien versus Predator when she looks at the Predator and those giant finger penises come out of his face. He's going to be like, bah, with all the teeth, and she's just like, rawr. That's
Wow, that was a great impersonation. That was perfect.
that's
Spot
what she
on.
does.
Rawr.
And then he puts rawr. And then he puts the. Why do we talk about the Predator every time we're on a podcast together? What are you? Wow, one of us is still way too high on the audio.
No, that was just because we were laughing.
Yeah, but it's consistently me.
Well, maybe you should just shut the fuck up.
Well, perhaps I need to find a nice level volume here. The equipment I have is far too expensive for what I know like how to do.
Sounds about right.
I just need one of those like $80 Bill Burr Olympus things.
Just use your phone. Fuck it.
Dude, have you heard the audio on my phone? And the camera and my...
Sorry,
You
I'm
okay?
battling a cold.
You're battling.
I am battling.
You brave warrior.
I am.
You're battling. Like, are you the Knights Templar? And
No.
it's all the evil of that is incorporating Jerusalem.
You're evil.
And you're going to ride to a crusade that you'll eventually lose, like 7 times.
Yes. Well, your tiny little Satan spawn has
How many crusades
coughed
were
in
there?
my mouth like 37 times in the past
All right,
2
look,
days.
I'm not trying to talk about the kid. All right, we just put him down to bed. As far as I'm concerned, he doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, but he does.
No.
Anyway,
No.
crusades.
This is the time where we don't think about baby.
Well, it was.
Okay.
A,
How
it
many
was
crusades were there? Look it up on your phone.
Why do I have to look it up?
Because I asked you to.
Well, you're welcome.
How many crusades were there?
I don't know. I'm looking it up. My phone is slow as shit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is the Cook and the Maiden history lesson.
How many?
I want to say there were 7, but I'm probably wrong.
Crusades. How many crusades were there? Let's see. 9 crusades.
9. That's the other number I was thinking, but I wasn't positive. I thought I was being a little ridiculous. But yeah, so 7.
That's the other number, just because I wanted to make sure that you knew I thought I was right.
Well, I thought actually the first number that popped in my head was 13.
That's too
and
many.
I was like, that's way too many.
That's way too
And so I was
many.
like, was there 9? No, it's probably still too many. It's probably 7. I was like, no, maybe 9. No, it's 7. Let's go with 7. Let's be modest. We're going to go with 7. Let's hope that France wasn't that overzealous. They didn't try 9 times.
I really enjoy Google sometimes because, like, people also ask, they do like the people also ask, who was the winner of the Crusades, right? Even though there were 9 of them, I would assume there was, who won all of the Crusades?
Every single one of them, Muslims.
Was it really?
Yeah, Christians didn't win a
on.
single one.
Who was the winner? The Crusaders of the First Crusade managed to recapture the holy city of Jerusalem in 1099, but after almost 50 years of peace, fighting broke out again. With the Muslims, the winners. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, the thing with the Crusades is the
Nice.
crusade was to retake the Holy Land.
Yeah.
And so as soon as they lost the Holy Land, they launched another crusade. So
It was just
So the fact that there was 9 of them means they lost 9 times. And then finally after the 9th crusade, they just stopped trying to take it over.
Well, we're not gonna win.
Because if they had won, there wouldn't have been the other 8.
Can you imagine?
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were also like trying to take a land back from people whose land it was, right? So it'd be like us trying to go in and take Russia over.
No, you're talking about a people that... So it was all these, like, Christians, right? And they decided... And it was some fucked up king. I think he was in France. And they decided they were going to retake Jerusalem. And because, the Holy Land and all that shit. So they launched this huge army down there. Had not a goddamn clue what they were walking into. And the people down there, the Muslims and all that shit, and they didn't really know the Christians were coming. So the Christians would, like, catch them by surprise and start taking shit over. But the problem was you had one army of Christians that were fighting in the land, essentially trying to be invaders in a desert.
Yeah.
Where they were used to, like, trees and shit and rain.
Yeah.
And, like, rivers.
Yeah.
And so the Muslims would just come in and wipe them all out.
Yeah.
And they would all unite against them. And then they'd hold it for a little while. And then the Christians would fucking come back. And then the Christians would hold it for a little while. And then get beaten back again. That's where you get, like, Knights Templar, Knights Hospitaller, and all those, like...
I know. I was making a joke about, like...
I just went on a history rant.
That's okay. I know. I was trying to make a joke about, like the similarity between going into somebody else's land where they know.
Right,
the
but
terrain.
those two things don't correlate, though. They don't. It's not the same thing.
Okay.
No, it's not the same thing.
Okay.
What, trying to invade Russia and trying to go into...
Well, yeah.
Invade Jerusalem?
Never mind.
On a
Never
crusade?
mind. It just straight over.
Apparently.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be like a...
Did we just derail this podcast entirely?
I think we just fucked it all up. We're going to have to start all the way over from scratch.
Bullshit, we're 14 minutes in.
Ooh, wow, 14 minutes.
At this point, if it's totally derailed, we're just not going to post it.
Ooh, that was a good sound. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
This isn't bad.
No, it's really good. It's good sipping whiskey.
It is good sipping whiskey. How did we get onto the topic of the Crusades?
I have no idea.
Oh, well, I guess it is what it is.
This is usually what happens. We just go down this random path. How did we get on that?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. trying to backtrack just
I don't know.
takes all the fun out of it.
Damn French people trying to take over Jerusalem. And was it King Richard the Lionhearted? Or am I thinking of something else entirely?
I don't know. I'm not Googling it again.
I'm gonna Google it. Okay, well you keep entertaining our guests
while you Google.
I'm going to be the buttons pusher here and Google all the shit for you.
I feel like you should just learn how to multitask.
Why does Chrome need to record audio? Why did that just come up?
I don't know. That is really weird. Mine's been doing that a lot too lately, though. My phone's been acting very strange.
All right, keep the people entertained.
Keep the people entertained.
I can't remember what goddamn era he was from. 1189. So yeah, there's definitely crusades going on at that time. Richard the First was the King of England from 1189 until his death. He also ruled Duke of Normandy. I can't pronounce that word of Aquitaine of Gastronomy. I'm not sure what the fuck Gascony.
Can I see?
Gaseous rectomy. I'm not sure what the fuck.
I want to see now.
He's the Aquitaine of gaseous rectonomy. Okay.
That doesn't.
That's exactly what it says. And he was also the Lord of Cypress Hill. Count of Pointers, Anjou, and Maine. He lived in Maine for a while. Did you know that? Richard the Lionheart lived in Maine. He was the Lord of Maine for a while. And Nantes. He was overlord of Brittany. So I'm sorry for that lady. But you had Richard the Lionheart as overlord at various times during the same period. So he lived in Maine at the same time. He was Duke of Normandy and was Aquitaine of Gastronomy.
I don't think that's what that says.
That's what I'm straight reading this from. This is 100%facthistory.com.
But also, you suck at reading. So
look, you can't argue with the fact that he was the Aquilus of Gascony Island. That's what it says. Gas in Coney Island. It was a gas station. It was it was a gas station in Normandy. Baby.
I want to see how right
it says you can get gas in a Coney here. That's a hot dog. If you didn't know it's a Coney is French for a hot dog.
Oh, okay.
If you didn't know that.
No.
And it was in Normandy is what it says. It was in Normandy outside of Maine. is what it says.
I think your head's still bleeding.
Is my head still bleeding?
I feel like your head is still bleeding. It's in your eyebrow.
I still haven't figured out if he was in a crusade or not. He was probably in a crusade to the bathroom after eating conies at the gas station
outside of Maine.
Outside of Normandy, Maine.
I'm just very concerned about your eye.
I think I'm reading about the wrong Richard the Lionheart.
I feel like you might be. I also just tried to Google Lord of Cypress Hill, and I got some really weird results.
It probably comes up as Be Real. Is there?
Yep.
Did it really come up as results? No, I just lost the page. Hold on. No, in reality, it says he was Lord of Cyprus.
Oh.
I don't know where Cyprus is, but it sounds like it's a place probably near Cypress Hill. Like, you know how like it'll have like Bloomfield and then Bloomfield Hills? Well, there's Cyprus. He was the Lord of Cyprus, and then that was like the ghetto version, but then Cypress Hill was like the suburbs. And he just never got around to conquering the suburbs because they could afford better guards.
That's true.
And also, he was very ill from eating conies with Brittany.
All right, so I'm Google mapping Cyprus because I feel like I knew where
There's
it was.
There's probably 1,000 Cypresses.
No,
look up like Cyprus, France, or Cyprus, England, because that's where you.
Well, it's a country in the Middle East.
Oh, so it's probably on a crusade. So I was right. I was right all along. He wanted to bring conies to the people of Cyprus.
It's an island.
That's what I said.
It's an island outside of Turkey.
That's what I said.
See,
that's what I said. He brought turkey and conies to the people of Cyprus. Maybe they were turkey dogs.
It's gonna be wonderful when we go back to that. And
okay, so this is historical fact, everyone. Richard the First of England, also known as Richard the Lionheart, brought turkey conies, that's turkey hot dogs, to the people of Cyprus on a holy mission while he was Lord of Maine.
I thought it was from the gas station.
Him and Be Real did it.
Yes.
Yeah, well, he got them from the gas station.
Oh, okay.
But they were turkey conies.
Oh,
and then he took them to the people of Cyprus.
Oh.
And then he did it with Be Real. Him and Be Real hooked up. They smoked like a huge, fatty blunt. on the back of their horse, I guess. I guess they had a carriage. Probably an enclosed carriage. Be Real would do that, probably.
It'd
If
have
you get
to
an
be
enclosed
fancy,
carriage,
though.
he'd smoke out a carriage. So they went from Maine to L.A., where Be Real is residing. I think he's in L.A. I have no idea. Then they went back to England. What are you doing?
There's fuzzies on my
Baby, I'm trying to give a goddamn English lesson here.
That was silly.
Stop coughing.
I can't help it. I'm
If you're
sick.
if you're gonna cough, leave the room.
But
If you're gonna cough, leave the room.
well, then I'm just
Trying to
gonna
have
have to go sit on the couch by myself.
We're trying to have a real podcast here.
I know. But I'm sick.
Look, all right. I've gotten like 10,000 emails
And by 10,000 you
Asking
mean
me-
like less
asking
than
me-
one.
asking me asking me to give them a history lesson on Richard the First. Okay?
Of Cyprus.
Maybe I should start doing that podcast. Like fake history.
Fake
And I'll just,
history with
it'll just
Ben.
be me Googling a random person and just giving you a made up history lesson.
I'm okay with that.
Let's give me who's a historical
So now we're
figure?
just going to go off on that tangent for
Let's
like
do
the
it.
next hour.
Give me another random person. Random famous person. Are you gonna die?
I might.
I cannot take care of that kid alone. I need you
know.
alive.
I know.
I will hit you in the heart with some adrenaline like in Pulp Fiction to keep you alive.
I have cough drops. I should go get my cough drops.
So go get your cough drop.
Am I going to let you sit here and just ramble on while I go get
Oh, you
cough
got to
drops?
give me a person before you leave.
Hold on. I'm thinking.
Just don't cough.
Crap.
You better hold it in.
Ooh, do one on Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking, maybe a little more historical, but
Mark Hamill is historical. Fight me.
alrighty. Let's look up history on Mark Richard Hamill. Okie dokie. Okay, so it says here that he is an American actor, voice actor, and writer. Hamill is known for playing Luke Skywalker in the Star Wars film. He is from Saturn, where he won Best Actor 3 times. That's right on his Wikipedia page, people. Did you know that Mark Hamill is in real life Batman? That's what it says here. This isn't working out the same way. Early life. Hamill was born in Oakland, California. To Virginia Suzanne? Why does it say Nee Johnson after that? What the fuck does that mean? Mark Hamill was born in Oakland, California to Virginia Suzanne, parentheses, Nee Johnson. So I'm thinking Virginia Suzanne was probably a daughter of one of the knights in Nee, because it says N-E umlaut? Or is that an apostrophe? I don't know what the fuck that is. It's a little dashy thing above the first E. And then there's a second E, and then it says Johnson. So I'm thinking that Virginia Suzanne was a daughter of one of the knights of Nee. Nee Johnson, that particular Nee. He's the second from the left. If you watch Monty Python, he's the second from the left. That's Nee Johnson. So Hamill was born to Virginia Suzanne, who was a daughter of Nee Johnson. And Nee Johnson was also a U.S. Navy captain, which is kind of nuts. I didn't know that. I didn't think they ever left the woods. But, people get away from their families. Will you please get back on this podcast? I'm drowning here.
Ouch. I may or may not have just snapped my headphones over my head too aggressively.
And came back with every snack we have in the kitchen.
And cough drops.
We have children to feed.
Well, this is just hummus. He doesn't like hummus.
So the thing is, in order to do this, I need to be able to read through this. And I can't just have all that dead space on the podcast because I need my co-host.
Read quicker.
Baby, I can
Read
barely
aloud.
read.
I know you can barely read and spell.
Did you know that Mark Hamill's one of 7 children?
Why are these microphones so sensitive? I'm not.
They're
gonna be
only
able to-
sensitive if you're in the right spot. You got to be in the right spot, and then if you're like around the side of the corner, it doesn't pick anything up.
But it's totally picking up like the crinkling of my food.
Yeah, but I have software to get that edited out, unless I forget, in which case it'll be in the podcast. But that's fine too. So, did you know that Mark Hamill knows Diego?
Like from Dora the Explorer?
Yeah, that guy. Totally that guy. You've been gone for a while, so now you got some catching up to do.
Uh-huh.
We're trying to entertain some folks here. We're only 25 minutes in.
I mean, I'm impressed. We've been talking for 25 minutes, saying we'd really ever talk for like 5 sometimes.
What, in real life?
Yeah, and that's normally just to say, all right, what do you want for dinner?
I'm going to lose all my Star Wars fans after this Mark Hamill.
I gave you a very hard person to deal with, or to like come up with a history
Yeah, but the
for.
thing is, like,
I was expecting great things.
I give offerings to Mark Hamill every day. Okay, I slaughter at least 3 Jawas.
Does Yoda
In
have
his-
hair?
Yoda?
Yeah.
Yes,
Does he?
little bits. It's like Grace, because he's 800 years old.
Okay.
There's like concept art of Yoda, like from back in the day, because there were actually there's a bunch of fan kind of fiction stuff that was like talking about Yoda's past, because nobody knows anything about Yoda. There's fan fiction stuff, but there's zero canon about his past prior to the movies, and he's about the only character that has that. Again, it gets all confusing since Disney took over, but there's a bunch of concept art of Yoda as like a young Yoda. And he's got like long hair coming
That's
out.
weird.
It's really cool.
I can't picture Yoda with a lot of hair.
You know, Yoda is also the only of his species ever to appear in any Star Wars.
Yep. We have had that discussion.
Yeah, that's it. Did we? Was it on the podcast?
No.
Oh.
That was when we first started dating.
Was that my opening line to you?
Yeah.
Like, hey, baby, I'd like to take you out to drink and tell you all about Star Wars.
That was actually a pretty accurate description.
That is not even remotely close to how we got together. I was way smoother than that.
No,
we
you
probably
weren't.
did talk about Yoda.
We talked a lot about Star Wars.
No, I probably talked a lot about Star
Well,
Wars.
yeah.
You probably sat there and drank whiskey and listened.
I did a lot of whiskey drinking.
Yeah, like
I still do
Jesus
a lot
Christ.
of whiskey drinking.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to marry this guy. Fuck.
No, because at that time, that was what, 9 years ago? Yeah, 9 years ago. At this point, if I didn't like you,
Dude,
I
my
wouldn't
mic
still
is
be
about
here.
to fall off the table.
Well, then don't do that. Stop fucking with it. Maybe if you didn't touch it so much, it wouldn't fall off.
Yeah, but I like to change position in my seat.
You gave me shit for moving earlier. Stop touching the goddamn microphone, and
Yeah,
maybe you
but
wouldn't have this goddamn problem.
I'm better than you
I don't think you are, though.
at everything,
At everything.
including being a mom.
Yeah?
Oh, shots fired.
Who are your kids' 2 best friends at daycare?
Luke and Narnia. I have no idea.
Exactly.
Look, just because you pick him up from daycare most of the time,
What's his favorite color?
oranged. He can't say any colors. How can he tell you what his favorite color is?
Because he has a favorite color.
Brew. Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Because everything's
Yeah,
blue.
yeah.
Yep. There
Brew.
you go.
Yeah. Who's the favorite parent?
Mommy.
Oh, are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure he runs around the house going da 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 da.
Yeah, but he also calls the cats dad or dada.
That's because dad is so great. He wants everything to be as awesome as dad.
It's because that's the easiest word to say.
Or because
Stop touching your goddamn microphone.
No, I'm not touching it. The fact is, it's not mounted. It's off its support, and I have to either scoot forward and lean over this table to get it back on its support, which I don't want to do.
Well, then you're just going to have to deal with that.
Until it falls off and we end up with a fucking catastrophe. How about you be supportive? Be a supportive wife for once.
You just said you were a better mom than me.
Well, I mean, I am. But that
But
doesn't
you're
mean
not.
you don't need to be supportive.
Your
I'm just
head is
speaking
still
truth.
bleeding.
Okay, great. I don't have time. I got kids to take care of. I'm a mom. Okay?
You got yourself to take care of. As I sit here and eat all of the hummus and watch you struggle. That's my life. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna have some whiskey. Sorry for the dead space. I'm enjoying watching the struggle.
I fixed it.
For now.
We'll just have to put we'll have to cut that dead space out and put disclaimers in there of us just going dead space. And then it goes back to us.
Or just me. Chirp, chirp.
Chirp, chirp.
Chirp. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Chirp.
Do, 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 do. Okay, so...
Spooky.
So we are totally derailing right now.
I'm okay with that. We didn't really have an itinerary to come on here and talk. We were just
we didn't.
Let's just fucking go.
So what has been going on in your life lately? What are you looking forward to? We're going on vacation.
Yes. I'm very excited. I need it because work is a train wreck. What was that?
It was a beard hair.
Oh, the look on your face did not say beard hair. It said, I don't know, fucking crack needle or something. Crack needle?
Crack needle. And you just got 2 shades whiter.
I'm okay with that. So we're going to talk about my tomato plant, Arthur.
Okay.
All right? Because I'm proud of my tomato plant. Because he had a rough life. Well, rough start to life.
That fucking plant out in the bucket?
Yes, my fucking plant out in the bucket. Because he has some little tiny tomatoes that are growing. And I have resurrected that fucker from the dead multiple times.
Died yet?
No. I know. I was surprised too. Because I'm really good at killing plants. But he has
I've been trying to kill that plant.
Why are you trying to kill Arthur?
I don't like plants.
But he fruits. He grows fruit. Because the tomatoes are fruit.
Allegedly.
There are 5 little tiny tomatoes that are growing.
Tomato's a goddamn vegetable. It is not a fruit.
It's a fruit. Google that shit. It's a fruit.
Okay, I understand what Google has to say, but I'm telling you what I have to say, and I have a lot of experience with food, and there is not a single fruit that does not bear sugar, or that does not bear sugar.
No.
Yeah. There's no sugar in tomatoes. Okay? Right there. Not a fruit.
I don't,
okay?
But...
Okay? Tomato's not sweet, so therefore it's not a fruit.
What makes it classified as a fruit then? When people talk about what a tomato is, because it's not a vegetable.
It's because it grows on a vine. It's the only reason it's defined as a fruit, because it grows on a vine, which is not even really a.
It's not a vine though. It's like a little bush with a tomato.
Yeah, but it's whatever it is. It's not like a tree. Most fruit grows on trees, and it's not a tree. It's like a.
It looks like a tree, just a little mini tree.
Yeah, but it's a plant in the, it's like a.
Okay, so back to the original point of what I was talking about. He has little tomatoes growing, and I'm proud of myself for being able to keep something alive that isn't like a person.
Okay, well, are we going to be able to get full tomatoes out of it? Nom tomatoes?
I watered him, so I'm hoping.
Oh, that should do it.
Well, I mean, he almost died.
By the way, did you named your tomato plant Arthur?
I did. He had a different name at first, but I changed it.
So what happens if we get a whole garden? Are you going to name every plant?
Yep.
We got Arthur, we got Hector, we got Frank, we got Bartholomew.
George.
This is George. This is...
We're going to have a Claire.
Franco. This is Alphonse.
Yes. Yep. Every plant I've ever had, I've named it. Remember Winston?
No.
That big spider plant thing that I gave to my mom. He was hanging up in the old craft room, and I knocked him over.
Was that the one that I tried to take outside, and you told me plants can't go outside?
I said it was an inside plant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She goes, she goes, you can't take that plant outside. And I said, why? She goes, because it'll die if it goes outside.
It's an inside plant.
And I said, it's a plant. And she goes, it's an inside plant. I said, oh my, what did plants ever do before people came along and had houses for them to grow in?
Yeah, his name is Winston, and he lives with my mom now.
That plant is still alive. That was 10 years ago.
I know. I got him from a customer when I worked at the restaurant. And that was like 7 or 8 years ago. And he is still alive and kicking at my mom's. His name is Winston.
So, terrible segue, but I gotta tell you what our kid was yelling balls earlier.
His new word is balls.
So we have a book called Quantum Physics for Babies.
Mm-hmm.
And when you open it up, it says, "This is a ball." And it's just a blue circle. And then it says, "This is a ball with energy." And it's a blue circle with some, like, yellow lightning bolt kind of shit around it. And then it goes, like, into, like, electrons and shit. And so I open the book, and he goes, all right, I say, "This is a ball." I read the thing, and he goes, "Ball." And then go next, "This is a ball with energy." Ball. And then I turn the page. I'm like, "This is a," it was like neutron. It was like, "This is a neutron." He literally flips the page back and goes, "Ball."
Like, aggressively
Yeah.
flips the page back.
Oh, he's very aggressive.
He is.
Yeah, when he wants something, he's very aggressive.
He's a monster.
He's like, "Ball, ball, balls, balls, balls." I'm like, okay, apparently we're not going to worry about, neutrons or protons or any kind of quantum physics or the two-slot experiment. We're just going to go right into balls.
He's a boy.
Apparently you're not ready for that yet 18-month-old.
Hey, I'm just impressed that he knows what a ball is, and also he knows what sound a dinosaur makes.
Well, I'm not impressed because I expect him to be fully inept in the two-slot experiment before the night was over.
Yeah, well, he's also, distracted
Electrons
easily.
are a cloud.
I don't know enough about any of that.
I
to
don't
really,
either.
You pretend to know.
I know what I've listened to on YouTube.
I'm a YouTube physicist.
I am.
Thank you.
I have a master's degree. I wouldn't say master's. I probably have a bachelor's degree.
A bachelor's and a half.
A bachelor's, and I'm working on my master's in theoretical physics, quantum physics, and astrophysics, all from YTU.
YouTube University.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, as long as it's free, I really don't care because we can't afford any more
Thank
debt.
you, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Brian Cox, that guy that posts all of his lectures from Yale on YouTube.
You know what?
Richard Dawkins,
If
Lawrence Krauss.
that's what gets you going
These
in
are
the
all
day.
my professors. Okay, I mean, are you guys jealous? I mean, it's free to enroll. You just go to youtube.com and search physics shit.
Literally, just put in physics shit and you're good.
Physics shit. In about 3 months, you will also have a bachelor's on your way to a master's. I'm in my PhD before the year's over. And I'm going to go to apply to, like, NASA.
Yeah.
How long do you think it's going to be until, like, universities are just obsolete? Because because streaming services just, like, get rid of that. Like, there was a lady that I read that built an entire house based on YouTube videos.
Sounds about right.
Like, I mean, not obviously, like, by herself, but, like, she coordinated it and, like, had, like, people she knew helped her. And, but, I mean, from the foundation to framing. Actually, I think she had the foundation poured, but she did all the framing and all that shit herself.
Nice.
With, like, a couple people, and they just watched YouTube videos to learn how to do it.
I just got throat lozenge vapors in my eyes, and now my eyes are burning.
How did you get throat? If it was in your goddamn throat,
I
it
know.
can't get into your eyes.
I, like, breathed out funny or something. I don't know. Now my eyes are burning.
Why are you such a problem?
I don't know. I haven't quite figured it out yet.
Oh,
At
jeez.
all.
I got a wife for sale.
I'm a freaking blast, though.
Pretty much just for parts. That's pretty much all it is. It's mechanic special.
Most of my parts don't work, though. It's fine.
$250.
No, you gotta sell me for a little bit more. You at least gotta, like, pay off the car or something.
I ain't getting that much for you.
Aw.
Come on, let's be honest.
Well, I mean, at least you could get something out of me. If I tried to sell you, somebody would try to, like, trade me, like, a bicycle with a bent rim.
I don't even think I'm worth that much. Is the frame bent too?
No, just
It's
the
probably
rim.
not even chromoly frame. It's like a bent aluminum frame.
Just
It's a Huffy.
somebody got mad and took a baseball bat to it one day.
It's a pink Walmart Huffy with a bent rim.
And a basket with a hole in it.
And they try to trade it and go, you also owe me $200. This plus cash.
Well, that's a really bad deal. I'll take it.
Well, I think you're making out in the end, to be honest.
I can fix the bike up.
I work. That's about all I'm good at.
I work. That's about it.
I work
I
and
get
I'm
it.
mildly entertaining talking into a microphone.
Sometimes.
Sometimes I think I'm entertaining. I don't care what y'all think.
You do, though.
I just... Okay.
You're right. I'm going to go sit in the corner now and cry. I'm really excited we still have Sassy Steve up there, by the way. My drawing model.
Well, let's just talk about shit nobody on the podcast can see.
Sorry. I know that was a random... I have this little drawing model, like one of those little wooden figures that you can move around. And I've had him since before Ben and I got together. So I've probably had him for like 15 years at this point. And his name is Sassy Steve. And I keep forgetting about him until all of a sudden he just pops up somewhere. I'm like, oh, hey, look, it's Steve. Hey, I know. That was random.
Are you finished?
No. Do you want me to be? Because too bad.
Well, I think we're about out of time.
Are we?
Yeah, we're at 40 minutes. Well,
Yeah.
technically 41:06. I'm exhausted.
Because we're
It
old.
is almost 10 o'clock. I've been up since midnight. So, that's...
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not a fucking Navy SEAL. I'm a fat truck driver. All right, 22 hours is a long time.
Not really that fat, though.
Kidding me?
You're not the fat friend anymore.
Well, no, I'm not. Mike Lord, the other cast member on Board Cooks, officially
Podcaster?
weighs more than me. Podcast member.
Podcaster.
Podcaster member.
Pod member caster.
Pod member caster. Officially weighs more than me, so Mike Lord is a fat friend now. So if you see Mike Lord, let him know how fat he is. And then let him know how in great of shape I am compared to how fat he is.
This has also been 30 years in the making, so
Yeah.
let him have this.
I've been the fat friend for 30 years, so just for fuck's sake, let me have this. Please. And the thing is, he's got like motivation and shit, so he's going to be like, oh, fuck no, and then he's going to go right to the gym, and he's going to get on some like fucking HGH and start
and he's
getting
going to
like
get swole.
jacked. Yeah, and he's going to like show up to my house like 6'9". Like, this shit's not supposed to make you taller. And he's like, oh, I got that superhero serum from fucking Professor X and shit. And be like, oh, okay. And he's like, now I'm beating your fucking little ass. He's gonna,
I really wish we had a camera for whatever you just did. That was the cutest thing. There were some kicks in there, too, and some, like, little happy
I'm
fist
kung
punches.
fu fighting from my office chair, sitting behind a Walmart 6-foot desk with
Table.
way too much
It's not a
weight
desk.
on it in electronic equipment. I have way too much equipment for this shit podcast.
Also, randomness, because I remember seeing it on the back of the TV while I was sitting over there. That TV was manufactured in 2010. TV's 9 years old.
Oh, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Just random.
Really?
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
I just thought it was really weird. That
Because
TV
y'all needed to know that.
I was more letting you know. And subsequently.
You know, there's things you can let me know off the podcast.
No, there's not. If it's in my head, it's coming out of my mouth.
This is why nobody listens to us. This is why I need to do a solo podcast. I'm doing my solo career.
Which was awful.
I'm done with this band. I'm just going to go solo. It's going to be so much better. Y'all hold me back.
I have to have at least one person who finds me entertaining.
Nobody finds you entertaining.
Aw, somebody prove them wrong. I'm not entertaining. Mildly obnoxious. Low on sleep. Way too high on energy. All the time.
Are you done?
I'm going to go crochet my blanket because I'm old. You're going to go to bed.
I'm about to pass out in this microphone.
I know. I'm trying to say goodnight.
good night. Are we signing off? All right, this has been episode 4 of Cooking the Maiden. We hope you enjoyed it, maybe.
Question mark. Maybe.
Love you guys, and tune in next time. Don't forget to check out the all-new Surly and Cynical solo podcast.
If you want to listen to Ben bitch for like 30 minutes, that is the place to be.
That is the place to be. It is far more entertaining than this nonsense. And Leah's not involved, which is the best part. So,
all right, well, peace out, bean sprouts.
So, love you guys. Cooking the Maiden, and we're out.